videos. In this video, I'm going to be talking all about Advent tradition here in our home, what we do during Christmas time. In our home, Christmas time is a time to remember the birth of Jesus. We don't really know when Jesus was born, but Christians use this time of year to remember and to commemorate the birth of Jesus. Everything that he brought into the world when he came, all of his teachings, all of his wisdom, all of his love, and also his beautiful gift of salvation. So in our home, we keep it Christ-centered, but we also have tons of fun, and we do a lot of activities that the kids really love, and it makes it a very memorable December. So I wanted to go ahead and make a video and share with you some of the things that we do here in our home during Christmas time. So we have had an Advent calendar for, I want to say, at least 10 years. We got it when our first child was really small. And it's just the same Advent calendar. We don't buy a new one every year. And the kids will just change the day every day as they count up to Christmas. There's really nothing to that except that it is an anticipation counting up to Christmas. And the kids really love using the calendar. And that's been in our home for a really long time. And we hope that it stays in our home and that hopefully in the future we can pass it on to one of our kids or use with our future grandchildren. It's beautiful to have these type of things in your home that you keep for a really long time. Then during Christmas time, we like to incorporate a lot of reading. We're a homeschool family of 5 children, and we go to the library and we get a lot of different Christmas books to bring into the home. The 25 books of Christmas is something that we do here in our home. We don't order exactly 25 books from the library because we have a lot of books here at home, but we get like 10 to 15 of them so that we could be reading every day different stories, just classic stories, classic children's books and picture books that we got from the library. So it really makes that December a special time where they're getting all of this literature and stories for Christmas time. We also have books that we read at home. So let me share with you some of the ones that we read at home. So during our morning devotional time in the morning, we are reading this Jesus Calling for Christmas. And this is by Sarah Young. And Sarah Young has many devotionals, and she's very well known for her devotionals. And her devotionals are like if God was talking to you himself. And they're just beautiful, very beautifully illustrated. And so in the morning, the kids and I are reading. What we're doing is I'm letting the girls, the older girls, just take turns reading, and they're really loving it. There's also scripture in here as well that we are also reading together. So that's how we start our mornings, with our Jesus Calling for Christmas book. And then I'll show you some of the other books we're reading. At night, we always have some type of read aloud that we're doing. Some type of novel that I'm reading to the kids. During Christmas time though, for the past, I want to say 4 to 5 years, we've been reading Arnold Whiteread, and he has amazing books for Advent season, and he also has other books that you can use for Easter time as well. And the stories are novels, and they are very well written. They will keep your kids at the edge of their seats because they're very interesting. There's a lot of suspense. And the stories, every chapter has a devotional at the end. And it all ties it back to Jesus, to the Christmas story. Even though all of the stories are different, he always ties it back to the family story of Advent. And it's just really, really beautiful. The devotions are powerful. They are amazing. Character forming, just amazing devotions. But at the same time, the kids just can't wait for me to read this book. And if I can't read it one night, they get really upset because the books are so, so good. And each chapter leaves you wanting for more. So the book is designed that you read every day a little until Christmas time, so that during Christmas time you read the last devotional, and it gives you a little calendar in the back. And I highly recommend Arnold Whiteread. Just an amazing, amazing author, and the way these stories are written, they are really, really good. So I highly recommend that. Another book that we love reading every year is The Legend of the Candy Cane. This is just a classic that we have here in our home, and the kids love it. And it's the inspirational story of how our favorite Christmas candy came to be. And I highly recommend this to have in your school library, in your home library. Another one that we've been loving, I want to say for the last 4 years, is this one, The Giving Manger. And The Giving Manger is another great book. It's about teaching children to be generous, and it tells a story of acts of kindness. And it brings a little baby Jesus on a manger, and then there's a little game that you can play with your kids. I kind of changed it around a little bit. So the way that we play it is that we have the little baby Jesus, and then we have the pieces of straw. And the way that you play the game is different ways, but the way that we play it is that every week, every child gets a name of one of our family members. And we just put it on a little container, and then they get to pick out a name. Whoever they got, they get to be that person's secret helper for the week. So you're supposed to do acts of kindness throughout the week for that one child or that one parent if you got a parent. And then every time you do an act of kindness, it has to be in secret, whether you make someone's bed or you leave a little note, whatever it is that you decide to do. Then you take a piece of the straw that's there on our little table where the baby Jesus is, and you put it on the little plate. And then as you go on, you just continue putting pieces of straw. And every week you get a new person that you're going to be doing acts of kindness for, and that's been really sweet to do with our family. I highly recommend The Giving Manger as a wonderful book that you can bring into your home as a Christmas tradition with the Giving Manger little game. Another thing that we like to do is that we like to display some type of nativity every year. In previous years, we've created a nativity where we cut out a cardboard box, and we put like a doll in there, and we put like rags around it. And there's different ways that we've done it throughout the years. This year, the girls created a nativity out of polymer clay, which is another beautiful thing that we're going to be displaying. I think it's beautiful to display the nativity either by your Christmas tree or somewhere visible where your family can see it. And especially if you have a nativity that's, you know, handmade, someone made it, or it's been passed down from your parents or from your grandparents, it's just a beautiful thing to display it in your household. One more thing that I wanted to share with you are our nativity cards. And so we like to tell the Christmas story every year, especially to the little ones. And I like these Christmas activity cards. They're large, and I love the pictures on them. And so we'll sit everyone and they'll listen to the nativity story. And then the older kids, they can get to put all these cards in order, so that makes it really fun for them. That's something that they've loved doing throughout the years. Another thing that you can do with these nativity cards is play a scavenger hunt game. So I'll hide all the cards, and then I'll have the kids find them and then put the nativity story in order. The nativity cards also come with a little nativity booklet that little ones can put together, and it has the nativity characters. They can color it in, and there'll be a little booklet for them as well. And I always like to tell the nativity story with some type of figurines. So we like these Safari LTD figurines that the kids can go ahead and use with the nativity story. And I love these. They're very well made. They're handcrafted. And I'm going to link them below because I think they're a wonderful addition to have in your home, and to go over the nativity story with the kids. I'm going to link these cards below for you all, so that if you would like to get a copy, these are laminated. You can get a copy of it, and then you would have to just laminate them and create them for your home. Another thing that we like doing for Christmas time is doing fun activities for the kids and crafts and making it something memorable for them. So something that we've been doing every year is taking the kids to the Nutcracker and just being able to know the story of the Nutcracker, know a little bit about culture, and it's just a beautiful performance. We try to find the time when the school kids are going and we can get a discount as a homeschool family, and it's just wonderful to go there every year and take the kids. You can get, you know, dressed up with your favorite Christmas sweater and go see the play together as a family. Another thing that we like to do is that one day in December we'll have what we call our Christmas activity day. So I'll have set up some games for the kids. We don't do school that day, and we just do a lot of fun games and crafts. I'm going to try to film it this year. I filmed it in previous years. I'm gonna go ahead and link one below where I show you what our Christmas activity day looks like, so you can get an idea. But I think it's fun because the kids look forward to these type of things, and they remember these wonderful memories that you make together as a family. And lastly, what I want to remind you is that Christmas time is also a time of service. Think about ways on how you can serve your community, whether it's going to a local soup kitchen, whether it's helping out in any local homeless shelter or anything like that. Our family, in the past years, we've enjoyed making cookies for neighbors, making pies for neighbors and for friends, and just ringing the doorbell and giving it to them and just blessing them that way. This year, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some of my older girls to a warehouse where I go and volunteer for foster families. We do a food distribution, and I'm going to bring some of my older girls to help me with that this year, and it's going to be very close to Christmas time, and I think it'll be a wonderful time to take them. But think about ways on how you can bless your local community with service, with some type of community service project that you do. During this time, I also have the kids write to their sponsor kids. So we have 4 sponsor kids that my kids have, and we get letters from them. And so every Christmas time, we also write to them. And I always make it a point to make sure we write to them in Christmas time, tell them what we're doing during this time, and just tell them that we're thinking of them and that we read their letters and things like that. So that's another thing that we do also as a family tradition during Christmas time. So now it's your turn. What are some things that you do during Advent season with your family? What are some things that you have enjoyed doing together? What are some crafts that you do? I'm hoping to be able to record our Christmas activity day with you again. If you want to see one from last year in the meantime, I'm going to link the one from last year below so that you can take a look at it. And I hope that you are having a wonderful time with family as you remember Jesus and keep Jesus present during this season. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video.